Hello everyone and welcome back to more Lucid9. We are back for more of this game. Yes, last episode was basically nothing dramatic happened, which is great in that case to me because the previous episode was just like shit hitting the fan. So anyways, the last episode we left off on more of a lull kind of note in which Yama basically was going about his school day again, and we basically talked more with Misaki. She invited us to go ditch school to eat at GFC, and we did. And she was just like, she kind of just discovered this eating place where we were like, oh, we've been here for like a while now with our friends. But then it made us realize like, oh, when was the last time we actually all ate together? Because shit was happening, and we're getting a lot of fallout with our friends here and there, and it's worrying. But anyways, regardless, Misaki basically got us to like spill the tea about how we've been doing lately. She's like, something's bothering you, and we're like, yeah, because. And then of course she spilled that the fight with Ruri that I heard about from Ruri, because I forced her to forced her to tell me about it, and also how you were lapsing again, blah blah blah, etc etc. And she basically gave us a pep talk. She gave us a little small pep talk where she's like, I'm not angry at you that you almost drowned trying to save trying to save Shoji. Like, it's really commendable because at least you tried, kind of thing. It's not like it doesn't matter that you failed at it. It's just that you could have just walked away from the situation, but you didn't. You choose not to. So yeah. So she's giving us a pep talk. She's like, I don't like how you talk down on yourself like that, Yama. You need to change that. I think you need to give yourself a little bit more credit. So that's nice. That's really sweet of her. We felt really better by it. And then of course she had to leave afterwards to go to work because she got a call from work. So we walked her out. She left to work, and then we got a location ping, I think, from not a location ping. No. Akira texted us. Akira invited us to go back to school to the drama club because they were doing something fun, and she was like, come join, it'll be fun. And we're like, okay, fine, since we have nothing better to do. So we went back to the drama club where we met with Akira, and Akira showed us a little bit about what goes down in the drama club. They had a little bit of an improv session, which is really fun. And then of course Ruri comes in because Ruri's part of the drama club, but that totally slipped our mind. And of course before we really kind of like talked about it or talked with Ruri just obviously left because it was super awkward. So she left. We left afterwards because we were feeling bad, and Akira chased us down, and she revealed that of course she knew that Ruri and us had fought, and also that she and Ruri had made up from their own fight. So she's just saying how yes, she sort of did plan for Ruri to show up at the drama club the same time that we were there, only in hopes that we would make up with her, kind of thing. And of course Akira spewed all this knowledge and all these she laying it on thick, where she's saying if you don't make up now, there's gonna be you're gonna regret it later for sure. It's gonna be too late when when you want to actually fix this bond, kind of thing. Like, I think you guys should really work it out somehow, because you never know in the future. The future is really unpredictable. So is life. Life's too short. You just gotta if you don't do it now, you'll lose that chance before you know it. So yeah, so we found a little bit more that made us think that Akira is she's got this deeper part about her, this other layer that she, even though she's quirky and she's we don't understand half of the time what she's saying, she actually speaks some sense sometimes. And yeah, we're like, oh, that's really surprising coming from Akira. She's spewing some knowledge, and we're like, oh, thanks Akira, I'll think about it, I'll definitely try. And she's like, okay, cool, if in case you need help, then hit me up, kind of thing. So yeah. Oh yeah, also Akira, basically from where she was coming from, how she emphasized on us making up with Ruri. She was saying how Shoji was in my class. I should have talked to him. I should have made more effort to talk to him when I saw the signs that he was really suicidal. And now that he's gone, it's I could have done something. I could have helped him either way. I could I should have done better in terms of maybe I could have prevented him from dying, kind of thing. And we're like, oh, but it's not your fault. But she's like, no, you don't understand. A simple action, simple gestures can make a huge difference, is what she's saying. So yeah, so we left Akira left us on that note. And then we went home, and we sort of thought to ourselves, we need more information. We need to find more puzzle pieces in order to figure out what we do in our laps, this kind of thing. So we actually triggered our own laps. We looked up gory pictures, and that triggered us. And we had another flashback of when we first went on Rui in our childhood, and how Rui defended us from these bullies after our sister's death. And how she's always stuck by our side even back then. She could have chosen to leave and have better friends than us, but she stuck it out with us, kind of thing. That made us realize how valuable of a friend she is. But either way, before we got really too deep into that, we hear banging. We get like knocked out of our dreamland to some banging on our door, and it turns out it's Elizabeth. So Elizabeth comes barging in, and she's just like, I need to know what you were doing in that train station when Shoji died, because blah blah blah. She was really adamant on it, but we didn't know why she wanted to know that information, and even ourselves, we were really hesitant on giving it until we eventually had a heart-to-heart with her as well too, where why are you being so insufferable? And it kind of went back to the whole project, the group project that we did with her, and how we totally bailed out on her, and how she had to do everything herself for that group project that was like worth a lot of marks. And it's revealed that she's in the school for a scholarship, and had she left the project to us back then, she would have lost that scholarship. So that's why she was so angry with us and so bitter with what happened. But so we didn't know that. We were like, oh shit, like I didn't realize it was worth so much to you, kind of thing. But also in turn, she didn't realize that the cause of us bailing out on her was like some remark that she made about his sister, and he took offense to it, even though she kind of didn't really remember making a remark to us about our sister. So she's just like, oh damn, like I don't remember what I said, but sorry, kind of thing. This is a whole bunch of miscommunication. Maybe we weren't so, we're not so bad towards each other in each other's eyes after all, kind of thing. There's a lot of misunderstanding preventing us from actually getting along with each other. So eventually she revealed the fact that she is the daughter of the police superintendent that's in charge of the murder cases, and that Katsu, the police guy that found us in the forest, is actually a close family friend, and he's also in charge of the case of Shoji's death. So yeah, so she found out through him interviewing her that we were there at the crime scene, and because we appeared twice in a crime scene, it makes us hella suspicious. So she's just here trying to confirm whether or not we had anything to do with it, but it's more so she just wants us to say that it's all bad timing, and that we were just there, just coincidentally, and we're not involved in any sort of way as like the murderer, quote unquote. But of course, we're questioning our identity here. We're like, we don't know what we do when we're lapsing, so we can't really say for sure that it can't be me, because I would never do something like that. But Elizabeth believes in us. She has faith in us that we are not the murderer. But we're like, okay, thanks for that, I guess, sis. So she ends up leaving us, and she's just like, yeah, believe in yourself. Like, you can't just give up on yourself if everybody else is like giving you shit for it. Okay, so yeah, she's like, if anything, if it counts, like, I believe in you, and that's it. So we went to bed, I think, after she left. And now here we are, but we're tossed awake again in the middle of the night. We are not getting any sort of sleep today. So let's continue on and see what more we can discover of this wacky, kooky adventure that is Yama Ishimoto. So yes, I'm tossed awake with the rattle of a jackhammer just outside of my window. Are they doing construction so late in the night? Okay, it's still dark and my eyes are bleary. I rub at them and squint into the street. A handful of men garbed in bright orange are huddled around some crack in the middle of the road, surrounded by 3 large trucks. Oh my god, they are doing construction in the middle of the night. What? Definitely construction work of some kind. I fall back onto my bed and jam my pillow over my ears, but it's futile. The noise pounds straight through my wall. Isn't that so annoying? Holy shit. No matter what way I turn, it continues to throttle me from all sides. Aggravated, I leap out of bed and head to my living room, kneading at the tension between my temples. Of all times to choose construction, did it really have to be at such an ungodly hour, right? I retreat to the living room and lie on the sofa, but sleep avoids me. Looks like it's gone for good. Well, clearly this isn't going to work. I decide to just get up and start the day. Let's see. Breakfast, fridge. Okay, completely empty, of course. To be fair, it's been a while since I've gone grocery shopping, but that does nothing to stop my growing irritation. This day looks like it'll be fantastic. Yeah. I head to the door to pull on my shoes, but a sudden alert from my phone stops me in my tracks. Who is this? Is this a Crimson Crusade person, or am I getting a text? Let's see. Let's find out. Oh, yes, need a cleaver. I have not heard from you in some time, Mr. Troll. Is the night bothering you? Nights can often be unreasonable. Are you alluding to Elizabeth because of her self-righteous ways? Oh my god, hey. No, no, I don't need another mysterious email. I don't need advice. I don't need any of this. Oh, okay. Whoa. Unreasonable. Wasn't there something about the case that was unreasonable? Come to think of it, maybe I should check into the independent killings again. Oh yes, true. So from the sounds of it, those killings might have a substantial connection to this case. Right, we should do that. Well, I guess the internet exists for a reason. Right, let's do that. Let's do some research. I withdraw my phone, running a search on the independent killings. Only a few options pop up, and when I tap on them, they never load, only spinning in place. Oh, that's annoying. What the heck? I tap again, refresh, restart my browser, nothing. My internet's fine. I checked the NNN website and it loads within a second, but nothing but the independent killings. Seriously, the last thing I need is tech problems. Today seems to be one of those days when nothing goes right. I struggle to keep still, breathing deeply to stave off the irritation. My interrupted sleep, paired with the nagging twist of hunger, is starting to haze my brain. No, I need to fight this. Alright, first I have to buy groceries and make some breakfast. Filling my stomach will help me think clearer. I head to the kitchen for my book of coupons. Technically, I'm not short on money, but it never hurts to save, right? Exactly. It's one of the few things I can do for my parents. But when I look through the drawer, I find a phone tucked away in the back crevice. What? A phone? What's a phone doing here? What the fuck? Curious, I pick it up, turning it over in my hands. I don't recognize it. It's the latest premium Lemniscate model, upscale even for my standards. Whoever owns this has to be a really rich kid. I try to switch the phone on, but nothing happens. Not even the empty battery indicator. Odd. Is it completely dead, or is the battery not in there at all? I pry the back panel open, only to find that there's nothing where the battery should be. Yes, I was right. Weird. Looks like someone took out the battery. Why don't you... Oh, wait, never mind. So now I've got this random phone and I have no idea where it came from. Wait, isn't this the model that Misaki was talking about before? Yes. Wait a minute. Wait. Yes, he's having a flashback, but I think what he's gonna get onto it is that Yahiko knows because his family works for the Lemniscate company, right? With all these technology shit. So he might be the one to have a model, right? It says here they're holding some kind of lottery drawing for weed. What? Why would they be giving that away at a drawing? I'm puzzled as well. Someone mind explaining what this weed is? WEED is an acronym for Wall Electric Energy Director. It's a new Lemniscate cell phone that can run on power from a wall socket even without a battery. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's right. If this is the new model that Misaki was raving about, I can just use my universal Lemniscate charger to turn it on. I plug the phone into the wall, holding my breath as I tap the switch. The wallpaper glimmers to life. A cheery group photo of seven or so people taken in the school courtyard. Is it Yahiko? What the? These faces are the faces of Shoji, Akane, Haru, and Yahiko. Huddled around them are three other students whom I don't recognize, but I think I've seen them around the cafeteria as the Happy Club, right? Because Mr. Ryota pulled up the same photo from Yahiko's quote-unquote Instagram, and that's how we were able to find a connection there. But we don't know what it actually means, other than the fact that, you know, Yahiko was friends with all of them, and he runs the Happy Club that they all go to. Yeah, so could this be Yahiko's phone? No, he hasn't come over since last week. And even if he did, there's no reason he'd leave his phone here, much less without a battery. Or much less in, a crevice. It looks like he was hiding that shit. So then I noticed that the phone has no lock system, no number code, no fingerprint recognition, no voice command. Something feels dirty about looking through someone else's personal information, but given the circumstances, it can't really be helped, right? I hold my breath and slide the lock aside. A barrage of messages pops onto the screen, all from Yahiko. Bewildered, I filter through them. Yahiko Ikari, new messages. Dude, where are you? Dude, tell me right now. Haru, pick up your damn phone. I'm coming, so help me. I'm coming for you, damn it. Whoa, okay. The phone slips out of my hands and clatters onto the counter. I stare at it wordlessly, aghast. This is Haru's phone. What is Haru's phone doing in my apartment? Oh my god. Frantically, I checked the timestamps of the messages. 2 nights ago, just an hour after the train incident. The train accident where Yahiko had allegedly been arrested and taken to the police. Was that why his words were so harsh? But then, why did I see him in District 6 that night? Haru, Yahiko, Shoji. The lapse. The lapse. What happened during the lapse? When did I lapse? But like... Okay, I'm trying to make sense of the timeline here because we were totally coherent and totally like in control when we were talking with Elizabeth up the rooftop up until when Ruri asked us to help her with her luggage all the way to the train station and then seeing Yahiko chase down Shoji. So it's like nothing before can happen, right? I'm pretty sure. Like, okay, so like I want to know if the lapse that this event happened with us, with the whole alleyway, with meeting up with Yahiko there, happened before before the events of the train accident with Shoji, or like after the train accident with Shoji. But it wouldn't make sense because wouldn't Ruri be there when we collapsed and quote unquote lapsed, because then she would, you know, she would control us, she would like help us, and that's the only way how we got back to our apartment, right? Or is he talking about how like after he fought with Ruri, then that's when he had another lapse, and that's what happened with District 6 and meeting with Yahiko, and that's when it all blurred. So like, so the death of Haru might have happened after Shoji's death? That's what I'm trying to make sense. Because then it's like, how would we have Haru's phone before then, in that sense where like, you know, like we could have taken it when he was killed, you know, just to hide the evidence in a way. But then why would Yahiko want, what would Yahiko want with him? Or if Yahiko, like, but Yahiko is Haru's friend, right? So like his text, I'm trying to make sense of also the tone in his text as well, where it's like either Yahiko can sound super concerned because Haru is missing, or he could sound super aggressive, in which he's saying like, I'm coming for you, like so God help me kind of thing, where it's like, you know, he really wants to get at him and like, you know, silence him in a way. So there could be, oh my god, I hate text messages. That's you can never tell the tone of it. So okay, right now Yahiko and us, either way, we look hella shady. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, erg. I stumbled to the couch, my vision spinning before my eyes. What's going on? Okay. Flashback? Okay. Oh, images shift in front of my eyes and overwhelm my vision. I'm in my apartment, but I'm out of my apartment. I'm in the present, but I'm in the past. Everything smells like iron, trash, smoke. I walk forward, and the carpet against my feet turns into slime. District 6. I'm in District 6. I'm in my laps. Okay. I stagger forward, blindly reaching for a hold on the wall, a garbage bin, anything. My shoes catch against something on the ground. I barely hold my balance. It's a body. Okay, so just a few feet away lies a corpse, hewn with long, slender cuts over every inch of its skin, trickles of red seeping to the ground. A dark pool sloshes over the cement, sluggishly crawling towards my shoes. I step forward, fixed with morbid fascination, and peer into the corpse's mutilated face. It's Haru. No, what's Haru? Why is he... I have to be mistaken. I have to... Okay, did we do this though? Nausea kindles in my stomach. I'm struck still with shock, my limbs frozen to the ground. Iron fills my nostrils, strangling me. I'm sorry. The body is unmoving still, rid of its suffering. I run. But I sprint as fast as my legs will take me, weaving through buildings, streets, until my lungs are pleading for air. My surroundings whistle past me, twisting into macabre images of mocking beasts. Too late, always too late. Yama. Oh, I grind to a halt, struggling to keep a grip on my panic. Yahiko stands before me, his phone open and a light in his hand. He's pale in the moonlight, almost to the point of being a ghost. Okay, Yahiko, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? So we both like kind of finish each other's sentences. We stare wordlessly at each other. Yahiko suddenly shakes his head as if waving his thoughts away. Have you seen Haru? Okay, so this is us. This is 100% us. I don't know why we would... What the fuck? Have you seen Haru? That depends on your definition of see. Now's probably the worst time to have a smart mouth, but I can't help myself. I have to find some cruel humor in the moment, or I'll break. I saw what was left of him. You... what? Yahiko's eyes search my face, but I'm unable to speak. He quickly grabs my shoulders. Then what are you doing? You shouldn't even be here. Okay, I scoff at this. No, really? Yahiko rifles his fingers through his hair agitatedly. Don't you dare tell anyone. What? His eyes are pleading, but the urgency in his words startles me. Why not? Look, no one can know about this. Yeah, okay, but like, did we do it and is Yahiko actually going along with it? His evasiveness makes me wonder. It's almost as if he already knows that Haru died. As if he already knows that Haru died. Scared someone will find out? He falters, staring at me in disbelief. I'm trying to help you, dude, right? You have to get out of here, now. His voice is flat. I don't even know who I'm talking to. This is not the same Yahiko that I've known for 2 years. Why would I... leave? Okay? The intensity of his voice shocks me into obedience. I race away, fleeing into the safety of my apartment. I don't look back. Okay, I throw the door open and race to the bathroom, sagging against the toilet as nausea roils in my stomach. Haru's injuries flash before my eyes, inducing a fit of retching. It feels like hours before my body finally seems to calm down. Wait, what did I just see? Like, what did I just see? Yeah, my hallucination merges with reality. I'm hunched over the sink, staring emptily down the drain. Haru, mutilated to death. Yahiko in District 6 without any rhyme or reason. Everything pointing to me, or rather the unaccountable alien in my body during the lapses. Okay? So we did it? Gone. It's all gone. I'm too late. I can't. I shouldn't. I didn't. Mizu, Haru, Shoji, I stood by. I killed them. I killed them all. How? But blood, when there's enough of it, the metallic scent kind of turns sweet. Almost like a rich, vibrant pool of paint. Paint that gets everywhere, that seeps into the walls, the cement. Ha ha ha, paint, art. I've never been much of an artist. Maybe if I was, Ruri would have stayed, but Ruri left. No, I chased her. I killed her, just like I have with everyone else. Wait, whoa, no, wait, no. That's figuratively speaking that you killed her, because... What? I'm done with all this too late. What? And there goes the bell. Finally, gosh, I thought that class would never end. What? Don't forget, big test tomorrow. Okay, my class groans in unison, but I don't join them. I've accepted my fate. I'll just suck at math forever, so I might as well not study. Are we in Yahiko's POV now? Great, now I sound like Yama.
Oh my god! Oh my god.
Okay, no, but like, he talks, okay, before we switch point of views, Yama was saying as if he killed Ruri, but like, Ruri is still alive the last time we saw her. She ran out of that classroom because we were super awkward after the fight. And the thing changed! What the fuck is this? Whoa! Okay, hold on. Okay, that's it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, the thing changed. 495. What the fuck is that? Yama, big dummy, whining dummy, angsty dummy. Dummy that I haven't seen since the train accident. No. Oh, this is Ruri. Yeah, I'm worried. Is that pathetic? I feel like that's pathetic. After the words he said, I should be mad at him. How could he say things like that? How could he use that kind of weak spot against me? I still trust him, I guess. I can't seem to stop trusting him. Besides, if I'm honest, I said some terrible stuff too. I just want to talk it out. We haven't had an argument this bad since Mickey left. I know everything would be fine if we could just talk it out. But why do I need to be the one to take the first step? Okay, I know I was insensitive, but doesn't Yama know that I just want what's best for him? He's never really been able to take care of himself. He's basically a big, overgrown baby. A really attractive, big, overgrown baby. Okay, girl, but like... oh, but your little crush here might be actually, like, he might actually have bipolar disorder and he's a psychopathic killer. My cheeks still flush, remembering how he suddenly wrapped his arms around me and shielded my eyes from seeing Shoji. Yeah. Whoa, okay, Ruri, cut it out. That's just pathetic. Someone who I knew died right in front of me, and instead, I'm just thinking about my crush. Is this what they meant by coping mechanism? Yes. Ugh, anyway, Yama baby, baby Yama. Or is that why Yama got so upset? Because I kept thinking that he needs to be taken care of? Yes. I don't know. It's been so long since we've been so distant, I don't even know what to do. Is this what twins feel like when they're separated, lost, even if they technically have other friends, like certain meddlesome roommates whose names I won't mention, but may or may not be called Akira. Yes. But anyways, being apart is like walking without shoes or doing homework with a pen instead of a pencil. It's not seriously bad, but it's just weird, not comfortable. Maybe I should just talk to him. And from the way things are going at the school, it's better to not live without regrets, right? But at the same time, can I really do it? Hey Rui. Okay, a classmate pops in front of me with a cheery wave. I totally forgot her name, but I instinctively return her smile. Hey, what's up? We're heading to GFC. You game? No. My smile falters. GFC. What I wouldn't give for a trip to GFC with everyone there. Sorry, I think I'll pass. Okay, aw, don't be a party pooper, come on. I really can, but thanks for the invite. You're not going to talk to Airi Hiraga, are you? What? Where did that come from? I don't know, well, you used to hang out with her. Right, yeah, I glanced in Airi's direction out of the corner of my eye. Even though school's technically ended, she's calmly sitting at her seat munching a peach. I used to just go up and talk to her because of her quietness, how she was bullied, how she was labeled. It really reminded me of Yama. I still should reach out to her. I still should defend her, but it just hurts. Oh, why? Is that why you were with me, sticking around someone you know you're better than at everything? Probably made you feel really good about yourself, right? He did say those words. Yep. It's not true. It can't be. I wouldn't have done something like that, right? Didn't some philosopher come up with a theory that every act someone did was only done to help themselves? That there's no such thing as a real good deed. Helping elderly people is just to make yourself feel better. Giving to the homeless is just to get attention. Loving family is just to repay them for raising you. That in the end everything is selfish and selfless love doesn't exist. No, that can't be possible. He must have just been a real moper. Rui? Oh, sorry. I just remembered that I left my laundry in the washing machine. The lie passes smoothly from my lips. What's even scarier is that I don't feel a hint of guilt. Oh, I see. That happens to me all the time. I know, right? I should really set an alarm. Well, guess we'll get going. See ya. Okay, I'll have a good time. The moment she exits the room, though, I instantly drop my smile. Great. Now I'm a fake, just like the rest of them. You're looking a bit under the weather. What's up? Oh, it's Akira. Akira suddenly leaps from beneath my desk. I smile in relief. I think it's real this time. Hey, Akira, should I ask why you were hiding under my desk? Well, I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. So, drama club? Okay, I don't think so. Not today. She stares at me, not in a judging way, but definitely searching for answers. Wait a minute. What is this timeline? Remember what you promised? Yeah, but he's not even at school. That's exactly why you should come. We're doing confidence exercises. That way, after club, we can go right to his apartment. What, today? Well, no time like the present. I can't do that, not in our current situation. The situation won't change unless you make it, Rui. It's a universal fact, the law of inertia. Precisely. An object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Currently, the object that is your and Yama's relationship is headed straight into a black hole where it will be crushed to tiny bits. Or create a time-space paradox that unravels the very fabric of the universe. I point dramatically to the sky. She grins in satisfaction. Exactly, so you should try as soon as possible. I lower my head. I'll try. I say this mainly to appease her. Honestly, I don't want anything to do with Yama, not anymore. Even thinking about him hurts to the point where I feel like I can barely breathe. Rui, it'll all be okay. You'll look back on this one day and think, well, I was as silly as a goose in a soap opera. My throat feels sore. I want to believe her, honest. Thanks, Agent Angel. Yeah. Oh, it's nothing, Agent Goose. Both Silly Goose and Mother Goose. She squeezes my shoulder comfortingly. I'm going to club, okay? Come when you can. Everyone misses you. Okay, have a great time. Okay, as always. She squeezes my shoulder again and disappears into the hallway. I should feel terrible for lying, but I can't bring myself to feel anything at all. Okay, I take up my bag and exit the school. It feels more like something out of habit than my own conscious choice. Is this when Is this when Yama is still laughing in his apartment? Like he's coming to the slow realization that he's the killer after experiencing that Haru flashback? Or is this like way before when like Akira was setting up how she dragged Yama into drama and then Ruri showed up afterwards and then she was like, oh shit, like I don't think I'm ready for this. I don't know. I actually don't come to my senses until I reach the school entrance. Why am I here? There's no reason for me to leave. I live on campus. I don't have any activities, and I'm not going to eat anywhere. Yeah. Oh right, the idiots and I used to hang out here, usually before a trip to GFC. Yeah. But there isn't anyone now. Whoa. I turn back to the school, but a sudden movement catches the corner of my eye. Huh? What was that? I head around the corner, but there's nothing except a trash bin. Weird, I must just be tired. I don't like this. I think about heading back to my dorm to rest, but a curious suggestion makes me hesitant. Now that she's supplied the idea of visiting Yama today, I can't get it out of my head. It's a terrible idea. He hates me. He doesn't want to see me. He's tired of me, right? But who's reminding that idiot to pay his utility bills on time? Who's dragging his sorry butt through school? Who's keeping him from collapsing out of exhaustion? Ugh, Akira, why? Are we going to Yama's? Oh my god. Fine, I'll go, just for a few seconds. Pop in, make sure that some nuclear disaster hasn't happened, pop out. Easy, right? No, it's not! She must... Oh my god, either way, I feel like she's gonna stumble upon something that is shocking, or that she's gonna end up getting killed here. I should stop asking rhetorical questions. They tend to give me the answers I don't want. Oh, huh? That is scary. I turn around, peering down the road. Just normal people, normal cars, normal houses. Nothing out of the ordinary. Is it? I might just be really tired. Okay, what's going on? I'll try to walk closer to the street to blend into the crowd, but I swear that there's this constant shadow in the edge of my sight. No matter what way I turn, I can't seem to see it. Is this Yama stalking us? Oh my god, this is fucking creepy. Oh my god. There, again. I start to pick up the pace, weaving into more populated streets. Oh my god, still there. Whatever's going on, I need to get out of here. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I swear that the shadow's actually following me. It is! It's Yama. I jog back to the school, only stopping for breath when everything seems safe. No sign of that person, whoever they were. Good. Okay, I don't like this! What was that? It looks like they were behind the school, but that's not possible, is it? The only entrance is the gate. How did they get in without me seeing? What the fuck? What the fuck? The figure starts running straight at me. I don't even have time to think. I immediately sprint away, heading back to the main street. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's actually really scary. If anything can protect me, this crowd can. I grind to a halt somewhere in the mass of people gathered by the crosswalk. When I glance behind me, I still see the figure hanging around the edge of the buildings. I can't even get a distinct outline, but I swear that I see two glinting eyes in the shadows, and they seem to be looking right at me. Oh my fucking god, this is scary. I shudder, pressing myself as close to the crowd as possible. Thankfully, when the stoplight turns green, the figure doesn't follow. But it's a little strange. Why does that person seem so familiar? Is it Yama? Shit! Oh my god, that's fucking scary. How is he moving? Oh my god. How is he moving like he's some kind of ghost? What the fuck? I come to a start with my head pounding terribly. Ugh, this must be what it's like to have a hangover. My eyes absently scan the surroundings out of habit. City, nighttime, sitting on a bench, cool breeze and clear sky and weather that I would have enjoyed in different circumstances. Are we back to being Yama? Ah, that's right, I lapsed. I draw out my phone almost lazily, my brain still fuzzy as I check the time. 10 p.m. I've been out of it for how many hours? 14? The entire day gone. No record of where I went or what I've been doing. It looks like you've been stalking, is what I think. I check my bank records on my phone. Nothing new. Photos, notes, calendar, nothing. Pockets. Doesn't look like anything stolen. At least nothing super important. No messages and no calls, whether incoming or outgoing, unless they've been deleted. Is that it? Oh wait, something is in my jacket pocket. I pull out a slim phone that's cool and smooth against my palm. Right, the troublesome phone of Harubanya. Harubanya, who was brutally murdered. Harubanya, who had the latest phone model. Harubanya, who, after being murdered, somehow had his latest phone model make its way into my apartment. If this doesn't raise more than a few questions, nothing will. I don't seem to care. Why don't I seem to care? Because, well, I guess it's not like I'm going to get any answers by just standing around here. I should head back to my apartment, take another look, see if I missed anything, now that I'm actually thinking clearly. Almost a little too clearly, actually. Okay. But what's this? Oh my god, it's a time skip! Oh my god, what the fuck? Well, what's this? As I draw near to my apartment complex, I notice a line of police cars surrounding the entrance gate, lights flaring and sirens blaring. Oh my god. In the center of their lights stands none other than Shigure Enomoto, deep in conference with the police officer I recognize from my little trip into the forest. As per usual, Shigure is practically screaming her lungs out with every word. Are you not cognizant of the impetus by which I have come? Officer Kobayashi, the bureau has contended that this student must be incarcerated under suspicion of the recent homicides. Yes, so I am aware. I harbored my own suspicions. And you contend that such an intellectually impaired ersatz for a humanoid sloth could possess the sophisticated genius necessary to orchestrate the mass murder of his associates. They're talking about me, yeah. Wait, is she talking about me? Are they talking about me? If the police are here, if the police are talking about me, they're waiting to arrest me? You know him more than I do. What is your opinion of the matter? He was my errand boy. Yes, you claim to be good at reading people. Are you saying that you misread the suspect? A muscle in Shigure's jaw twitches. She stuffs her hands in her pockets and mutters something that I barely catch. I am not wrong. Okay, then you agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. What? Would she, Shigure, the legitimate detective, does she believe that I'm the killer? Well, she wouldn't, right? The emptiness in my chest promptly dissipates, replaced by pounding fear. If even Shigure believes it, doesn't that mean that it's true? I agree. Oh, she agrees. I agree. The universe agrees. I try to step back into the shadows. My feet fumble and I clutch desperately at the wall, staring blankly before me. I'm glad we're on the same page. Now, we'll submit a request to Lemniscate to track his phone. The time such an action would take... Well, the time of such an action take... Yeah, my god, I can't read her dialogue because she speaks so, extra. So the time such an action would take is too substantial. Barring the convict conveniently shares his location with us, the process can take up to 48 hours. Then we'd better get started. He motions to several officers standing by. They gather around him in a loose circle. Okay, oh my god. Wordlessly, I turn on my heels and sprint away. Where to? I can't even say. My shoes seem to move automatically even as my mind stands still. Come, corner here, turn here, stop here. Yeah, that's right. I'm not just an ordinary high school student who woke up from an overlong nap. I'm a murder suspect, a guilty conscience, someone who holds the phone of the murder victim in his hand after the victim's death. Shigure, she's not the type to lie to protect someone. I should have expected that answer from her. Then if I accept it, shouldn't I be turning myself in? Oh my god. I grind to a halt at the subway platform, sliding into the nearest bench. Alone in a crowd, isn't that the expression? Hanging around in public is probably the worst place for me to be. As soon as they get a hold of my picture, my face will be broadcasted across the nation. Who knows, maybe it's already posted on Patter. Maybe Misaki or Yahiko have already stumbled across it and like Shigure, turning one by one. Not a friend, not an errand boy, not an academy student, a murder convict. Why wouldn't they leave? Why wouldn't they all just go? Because you're not guilty. The voice is almost deafening in my head, resounding in every corner of my brain. I almost start at the sound. But what I want doesn't matter. The evidence says otherwise. Killings happening at night, the culprit, someone who knows the security procedures of the academy well. Someone who can fake sanity too well. What if, when I'm sleeping, my personality changes and I get up, sneak across town? You know that's not true. Alright, that's enough. I'm schizophrenic. I close my eyes and quiet my thoughts, waiting for an image to materialize. Oh, sure enough, a familiar figure steps into the scene. What are you doing here? I'm here to bail you out, kid. You know, last time I checked, you were supposed to be keeping me sane, not, putting voices in my head. I can only keep you sane if there's any sanity to keep, kid. Touché. So, what you're feeling right now, that's disassociation. Yeah, dissociation. You're subconsciously alienating yourself from your own emotions due to anticipating future trauma. I know what dissociation is. I like it. What? It's a painkiller. What isn't there to like? Snap out of it, kid. You can only get to the bottom of this if you dedicate yourself to it, 100%. Mr. Reorder, question mark. Yeah, you can't be afraid to feel. I hope you know how cheesy you sound right now. Will it make you feel? Feel what? Exasperation? You can't give up, kid. Not now. Why not? What's there to discover? That I'm a murderer? A fugitive from justice? Look, do you honestly believe that you're the murderer? Yes. Well, clearly you do. Well, clearly you actually don't, or you wouldn't have dragged me here. You've got my time now. You've got my time for now, kid. Make it worth it. I started a little at the accuracy of this Viroda. I must have spent way too much time with him. So, the null hypothesis is that I'm the serial killer, and the working hypothesis is that I'm not. Good start, good start. What does that mean? It means that I just need to find evidence that I'm not the killer. But you won't settle for that, will you? You want to find out who's really behind all of this. I might not even know him. You're kidding, right? There's this huge piece of evidence hanging right in front of you that... Meh, you know what? It's more fun if I just watched you figure it out on your own. I find myself becoming intrigued. How much do I know that I think I don't? Enough to solve what the police, with all their resources and brainpower and authority, still can't? The police are limited by a little something called bureaucracy, you know? Besides, remember your advantage. My advantage over the police? You have a core piece of evidence that they know nothing about. What might that be? Victim psychological profiles, school gossip, Haru Banya's phone, dashing good looks. Haru Banya's phone! His phone! We have his phone! His phone! Yeah, I have Haru's phone right here with me because it was in my apartment. Bingo, the police don't have his phone in their physical possession, not like you. They don't have the same hints. Now, to be fair, they were buzzing around your apartment like vultures around a cadaver, so something definitely attracted their suspicion. But it's not like anyone else was at Haru's murder beside you and the killer. At least no one who witnessed it firsthand. Wait, but it's not like anyone else was at Haru's murder beside you and the killer. Yes, at least no one who witnessed it firsthand. Not only that, but the police didn't come into my apartment until just today. I found this phone just tucked away in my apartment. It had to have gotten there somehow. Yeah, so whoever put the phone in my apartment knows the code since there were no signs of a break-in. And, well, you're basically saying that the killer is someone close to me because they can access my apartment. Yes, and? You don't think that it could be, oh, I don't know, me, right? Oh, really? Then how did you lure the victims out even though you weren't close to them? Are you saying that it's Yahiko? Are you fucking kidding me? Or why didn't you remember taking the phone from Haru, or removing its battery, or putting it in your drawer? Balance of probability remains that you would have remembered at least one of those events. Even so, we are not seriously entertaining this Dr. Jekyll and Hyde play, kid. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde play, kid. You know your own medical reports. The lapses are a problem with your memory, not your behavior. It could have changed since then. Do you even know how sad it is that you're losing an argument with yourself? Just move on, kid. We've only got so much time. Even I have to admit that it's an unlikely scenario. Right, so then what? Yeah, so assuming that you're not the reason why Haru's phone is in your apartment, then how did it get there? Well, someone else had to put it there. Yeah, good. Who and why? The killer to frame me. That would have been the only other person with access to Haru's phone before the police arrived, and the police wouldn't have planted the phone in my apartment. Right, so hey, now we're getting somewhere. Even if you found the phone, the killer wanted to make certain that you wouldn't know what it was for. Why did that fail? What? Well, you found out that it was Haru's phone because you turned it on. That was clearly not within the killer's plan. So he's saying that the killer didn't know about the wall charging feature. Yes, the wall charging feature. Okay. Yeah, the wall charging feature. The killer might have taken out the battery, but he didn't know that I could power the phone just by plugging it into the wall charger. Yes, which means he knows about some technology, but not all. He knew enough to take out the battery, but not enough for the latest features. Okay, so it's not Yahiko, because Yahiko would know. Ha, good going. You might actually solve this for real. Okay, see? You already know one thing about the killer that the police don't. Hooray! Let's throw a party! Yay, okay. Suck it up, kid. Yeah, there's another weird thing about Haru's case that you need to remember. Happen to know what it is? Time of death, method of death, location of death. Location! Location, right? I swear it's location. Location of death. He was killed in an alley in District 6, not in the forest. Right. Good, and? It's a place with too many potential witnesses around. Right. Even though the forest has police on patrol, it's not like they can secure a large portion of it, much less the entire forest. He probably knows the forest like the back of his hand. He could have easily snuck around them. A sad truth but good, although it would have been risky to take a screaming victim to an area swarming with personnel. Right. Would the forest have been swarming with personnel 2 days ago? Yes, no, there was a major police... No, there was a major police-related event. No, there was a prominent accident elsewhere. There was a major prominent accident elsewhere? Oh my god, this is getting a little harder now. There was a major police-related event. No, there was a prominent accident elsewhere, right? The police can't be everywhere at once, right? Oh? That day was also the day of Shoji Tasegawa's death, right on the subway tracks. Then I can't imagine that the group at the forest would be anything more than a skeleton crew. Okay, well technically those would be two entirely different divisions. Okay, one's with violent crimes, the other is probably with civil affairs or something. Okay, so usually yes, but it might have been reported as a murder. Yahiko was arrested and interrogated for it. Yeah, did you see how easily he walked out of it? Must have been a witness interrogation, not as a suspect. Well, it's either that or his parents were influential enough to... Okay, we're getting off topic. Okay, we're getting off topic here. Okay, so let's just settle it like this. It's likely that it was handled by the Violent Crimes Division because it involved the death of another Academy student in the wake of multiple student disappearances. Okay. Furthermore, there were 3 witnesses at the scene, you, Yahiko, and Ruri, and all of you are also Academy students. Happy? Yes, okay, so, and why didn't I think of that? Okay, you just did. So why does that matter? The forest was still a fairly viable option, and at the very least, it would be away from overly inquisitive citizens. Then why was Haru still murdered in District 6? Oh, true. I guess it'd mean that the killer wasn't entirely in charge of his circumstances. Things didn't happen according to his plan. So then the question we must ask is this: why and how was Haru murdered? I can't answer all that. Well, you're killing me over here, kid. Fine, I'll rephrase it. Remember how every victim previous logged in for curfew before they disappeared? Yeah. Okay, so but Haru didn't. He was away from school even before curfew tolled. See something weird? Besides the obvious break-in pattern? Yeah. Holy smokes, kid, the pattern is odd. Why would the killer kidnap students after curfew? Right, let's say I'm your everyday Joe. Well, you're your everyday psychopathic Joe. Yeah, I need to kill a couple of people here and there, and for reasons unknown, it has to be a bunch of kids that at this super uptight private school. When would I choose to strike? After curfew? Tell me why that's an obvious disadvantage, ignoring the obvious security problems. When would I choose to strike? After curfew? Tell me why that's an obvious disadvantage, ignoring the obvious security problems. It would... Take place in a hard-to-see dark campus, limit the suspect pool, delay sleeping patterns. No. Wait, okay, say. Why? Okay, after curfew, but if the murderer would kill people after curfew, take place in a why is it disadvantage? Limit the suspect pool. I think it would limit the suspect pool, right? I think so. Because security locks down on the school after curfew, only a few people can be out and about, right? The suspects would be limited to students or maintenance staff like the janitor or security team. Good. Hardly ideal circumstances for a killer, right? So yeah, the suspect will be limited. So pretty safe to presume that he wouldn't act after curfew unless he absolutely needed to. Which means that Haru Banya missing curfew was his own choice, because if the killer kidnapped him before curfew, then why didn't he do so to the other students? Okay, this is a lot to take in, you guys. Oh my god, okay, so... Yeah, Haru Banya went missing, he missed curfew by his own choice, because, yeah, if the killer kidnapped him before curfew, then why didn't he do so to the other students? Because they went missing after curfew, right? Unless this time was an exception, right? Hey, everything can be an exception. You'll never get a working theory that way. Now, let's think about this. Haru skips curfew while the killer is confined. Okay. Night falls. Unlike the other victims, Haru's out of school but still ends up being killed. He probably thought that he would be safer if he wasn't confined to curfew. Oh no, you don't think that. You think he went to look for the killer. Oh, there's no proof of that. I wouldn't say that. It's easy enough to stay safe in public. 24-hour fast food restaurants with CCTVs, public hospitals, even the police department, for crying out loud. The killer might know the school security system like the back of his hand, but he can't control all of Isamu. And Haru didn't seem like the stupid type. It's just so. Coincidence? Probably not. Good boy. Okay, if that's the case, why wouldn't he tell anyone his suspicions? You tell me. Because he didn't have any. He was just gonna tail the first guy who left the school. And on that note, why didn't he notify the police if he was gonna take such a risky action? Why wouldn't he notify the police? Why wouldn't he indeed? This is what you want me to feel. Yeah. Correction, this is what you want to feel. This is what you want you to feel. Because I have to understand what Haru is thinking. You only don't understand Haru because you're distracting yourself too much. It's time to get real, kid. Check that phone of yours. Check my phone. Oh, I stumble out of my concentration in a disoriented mess. Still in the subway, which is now completely empty. How long have I been thinking? I peer around the abandoned platform, nothing but the soft flickering of dim lights. Well, I guess it makes sense. This isn't exactly a major station. A dull vibration in the pocket of my pants redirect my attention. Ah, that's right. My phone must have been vibrating all this time. From Shigure, probably, to lure me someplace or another, or some teacher to warn me of my absence. Maybe even a friend who's wondering where I've been. It probably was vibrating from the moment I entered the subway, vibrating incessantly. Commotion. I tend to shut it out when I'm overwhelmed, distancing myself from reality, as Mr. Ryota would call it. Childhood trauma, learned behavior, coping mechanism. One moment the world is there, and the next it's just me, alone with the figureheads inside my brain. A caricature of Mr. Ryota to help me think better, or a caricature of Ruri to stabilize my emotions. Such extremes haven't been necessary for years. After all, what excitement happens in high school? Gossip, relationships, bullying? But now I'm distant. I feel it in myself. Something hollow, cold. Something that apparently couldn't even notice the vibration of my own phone. Can you pick it up already? Jesus. I guess I eventually notice. Yeah, I humor myself and scroll through the notification. Daily, mundane life, I expect. Is this Yahiko? Okay, but Yahiko's he's not a suspect anymore. What? Oh my gosh. It's Akira! I'm sorry, I tried to disturb your 1,000-year slumber, but have you seen your destined princess? Oh. Dude, have you seen Ruri? Oh no! Is Ruri with you? Oh no, Ruri, MIA after school, respond ASAP. Ruri is missing? We kind of figured because she was being stalked by this mysterious figure, right? I don't even realize it, but my fingers weaken and my phone slides through the space between my knuckles and turns end over end. Clatters to the ground, the shrill impact of fine glass against concrete echoing down the hollow, utterly abandoned passage in which I sit. Ruri missing. Ruri is missing. It starts out as a disappearance 3 times. A disappearance from school, a mysterious vanishing after a logged curfew. No one can find them, no one can contact them. Phones are tracked and found in garbage disposal. CCTV footage turns up corrupted or deleted or looped. Then the bodies are found, peeled, sliced, ripped apart, the mutilated remains of what was once a human being. What if one of those bodies, one of those victims, someone who gave terrible rending screams that only went unheard? It was Ruri. Waking up in the cold dark, greeted by a pale, croaking voice, seeing nothing but the sheen of a blade in the moonlight, something that saws through flesh. I force a shaky breath into my lungs as my chest constricts, the world pulses. Ruri is the next victim. An afternoon disappearance, another break in the pattern. One more shaky breath, my vision spins. Ruri is with the killer, with someone whose mask is perfect, who disappears without a trace, who eludes the police without effort, like everything is just a game. Someone who isn't caught by an army of highly trained officers of law enforcement. Someone whom I could never dream of catching. Ruri is going to die, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a 17-year-old kid hiding in the subway like a homeless beggar, a refugee from police custody. Ruri's smile, her teasing, her nagging gone, just like that. Another figure who entered my life only to leave me, violently ripped away before her time. Another person who deserved to live so much longer. God, pull yourself together, yeah. Oh, I'm lapsing, and now it's Elizabeth who's my spirit. Yes, moping around doesn't help anyone. If you want to be useful, then be useful. Lizzie. Figures I'd see you. You'd like to challenge me. Guess this time wouldn't be any different. So things aren't hopeless? And what amazing advice do you have for me? This comes almost mockingly. A crushing weight has filled the space that was once empty and shock. I have nothing left but sarcasm and cynicism. Oh my god. Oh, in response, Elizabeth's image flickers into Mr. Ryota. There's still a key that you have to remember about Haru's case. A key. Recall it. How did you stumble on the killer in the first place? Haru sent me a location ping. It's only after the sentence spills out with too much ease that I realize its irregularity. Haru sent me a location ping? Yeah, we're not even close. Not only that, but there was barely any time between the location ping and his death. So somehow, in his last moments, just before he died, he decided to send a location ping to me. I fervently racked my brain for an answer. Would Haru really do that? Would he really put the fate of his life on me? I scanned through the flowcharts of known ways people socialize in my head, but it turns up blank. My brain is freezing. I can't see beyond the mental image of stumbling on Rui's body, cold and bloody, mouth open in the last remnants of a scream. No, Haru location ping. Why would he send it? Why would blood tear the crushing force of water? No, stop. Must think. I force all the habits from excessive therapy sessions into practice. Deep breaths, tall spine, tense all muscles, and relax slowly from top to bottom. Her life is at stake. Ruri could die any minute. Maybe she already has. Or maybe she's cramped up in whatever sick place this psycho has, waiting and dreading the moment when nothing will be on her mind but excruciating pain. Okay, damn it! Oh my god. Mr. Ryota bleeds into Elizabeth, flickers for a moment, then bleeds into Misaki. Yama, I can't do this anymore, Mickey. Please, just leave me alone. I know this is hard, but right now you're the one with the best chance of finding the killer because of this damn phone. You know what? Fine. I can't handle this on my own. I'm giving it to the police. Won't they just arrest you? Yeah, but they'll find out that I'm not the real killer. But they have to trust your word that someone else put that phone in your apartment rather than you taking it from Haru himself. Exactly. So it could take days, maybe weeks to clear the situation, even if you are eventually found innocent. And by that time, Ruri will be dead. Exactly. It takes too much. Mickey, please help me. Ruri, don't you love Ruri? She needs us. In that case, do you remember whether someone sent you an out-of-place location ping? I've received and sent too many damn location pings to keep track of. Maybe you can narrow it down. Or maybe you can start using your head. Before Haru Banya, was there anyone else who accidentally sent you a location ping? Misaki? Actually, now that she mentions it, I remember something. Yeah, Misaki. It was Misaki. She was like, oh, my bad. Yeah, a location ping from Mickey? Yeah, exactly. Did we arrange something? I don't recall any recent conversation with her. Yeah, it was. You, actually. You sent me a location ping by accident. You mistapped because my brain was right under... Wait, mistapped because my name and his name are right next to each other. Yahiko Ikari. When I think about it, everything fits too well. Yahiko Ikari, he started the Happy Club and is connected with 3 recent deaths, Akane, Shoji, and Haru, and before that, he also knew Midori and Toma. And he would know a lot about the Academy's security and technology, maybe even more than the average faculty member, being the son of higher-ups at Lemniscate. And I've seen how in the blink of an eye he can shift from joy to depression, almost as if he has perfect control over how he wants his emotions to be seen. But I thought we ruled him out because he knows how the phone works. And he knows me, knows the code to my apartment, knows my schedule, knows my actions and my reactions. And he was there. At the murder of Haru, Yahiko Ikari was there. He had coincidentally run into me, seemed flabbergasted that I was there, so kindly offered to cover for me. Yahiko Ikari, my former roommate, my friend. Well, isn't that just too damn typical? Isn't that just so damn typical? The serial killer can't just be some random chump off the street. No, he has to be someone close to me. But as my fury intensifies, as black anger, nausea, everything solidifies the blood in my body, Misaki's image fizzles into Masato. What kind of friend are you? What kind of friend are you, man? What? You know it ain't Yahiko. You've known him for 2 years. Okay, I spit bitterly. Yeah? Give me some proof. I'd love to believe it. For starters, you got no proof that some big shot organization just hacked out your lock. Might be tough to break for one person, but ain't even a sneeze for a team of pros. So you're saying that the serial killer could actually be an organization, and they decided to frame me when I caught one of their members killing Haru in District 6? Well, yes, yeah, something like that. Really? Then something doesn't make sense. If the killer or organization, whatever, weren't close to me, it's weird that I'm still alive, Haru's phone was in my apartment, Academy students were targeted, right? Why the students? Why? Why the students? Haru's phone was in my apartment. It's still strange I'm still alive. I'm still alive? It's weird because I'm still alive. Why wouldn't they just kill me, witness to the crime scene, out by myself in District 6? Yeah. They wanted to frame ya, man. Framing someone who's alive does a whole lot more than framing someone who's dead, especially if he can't really defend himself. But that's the thing. How could they know that I couldn't defend myself? Huh? The only people who could possibly know about my lapses are ones who are close to me, really close. Ruri and Misaki for sure, and maybe you and Yahiko, which means that the killer could only have been one of those 4 people. It can't be Ruri, it can't be Misaki, and well, I'm pretty sure that it can't be you either. But you don't think that way for Yahiko. Well, you want me to list the evidence alphabetically or chronologically? I can't believe it, but Yahiko actually fits. Let me ask you one more thing, man. Do you really think that Yahiko's a serial killer? I just told you that. Do you really believe, like y'all believe the sun will rise every morning and I'll badger you into track every day that Yahiko's the man? No, okay, I don't. I honestly don't. Everything goes against him, but for some reason I just can't imagine that Yahiko would be the serial killer. But isn't that shallow-minded? Isn't that foolish? Couldn't my reluctance lead to Ruri's death? Right then, so, Masato's image fizzles into Akira, who jabs in an energetic finger in my direction. Righto, Cheerio, time to think of this from another angle. Okay, we got ourselves some tricks up our metaphorical sleeves, Sarge, so don't give up yet. Yeah, no offense, but you're not exactly the person I want for logical thinking. But what you need and what you want are two completely different things, like dying versus not dying. Well, what do you suggest? Yeah, well, you have a suspect now, right? Don't flip the turtles out before you've proved whether he's guilty or innocent. That's like counting your chickens before the avian flu strikes and wipes them all off the face of the planet. So, find proof for Yahiko's innocence. Easier said than done, much easier said than done. Oh, I wouldn't say that, Sarge. You've got some things stewing in that brain of yours. Such as? Okay, Akira suddenly morphs into Misaki. Don't you remember how the killer forgot about the phone's wall charging feature? Yeah, that's what I'm saying! Yahiko loves technology as much as I do, not to mention that his parents work at Lemniscate. If he were the killer, do you really think that he would have forgotten something so simple? That's, well, right, but by itself, it's pretty weak. No, Misaki fizzles out, allowing Elizabeth to take center stage. And think, what does Haru's mishap really imply? Remember, in his panicked last moments, he was attempting to send a location ping to Yahiko, but his fingers slipped on you instead. Oh, of course. Why didn't I see that before? What? I thought we were on that. Haru was trying to send a location ping to Yahiko to distract him, bait him, get help. Get help, obviously. Obviously get help. Yeah, get help. Haru wanted to let Yahiko know that he was in danger. If Yahiko saw that he was in District 6, well, I think that even Yahiko would know that something was wrong. Correct. So, also, Haru must have eventually been able to get a signal through, because he showed up, even if it was after me. Not only that, but he had already called the police. Yes, he did. Yeah, I'm trying to help you, dude. Yeah, you have to get out of here now. Why would I... leave. Okay, yeah, because you hear sirens. Oh my god, which means that... your entire basis for suspecting Yahiko Yukari is now null and void. A little part of me relaxes, but I realize that this doesn't actually solve anything. Ruri's gone and I'm nowhere closer to discovering the killer than I was before I started thinking. Ruri is still in danger, I'm still a runaway convict, the serial killer is still running amok, having his little grim parties. Is there nothing I can do? Nothing. Wait one moment. Think, why did Haru not notify the police before he began tailing the killer? Like me, he is a capable individual, we don't just miss such things. Why indeed, why wouldn't Haru have requested backup, or at least given an anonymous tip? He doesn't trust the police, he didn't want to alert the killer, he lost access to his phone. He lost access- No, he pinged He pinged Yahiko before he died. He doesn't trust the police, he didn't want to alert the killer. Yeah, maybe he thought that if he spoke with the police, the killer would somehow learn about it and start playing safe. But that leads to a different assumption. The assumption that the killer would somehow learn about any information told to the police. In other words, that the police are corrupt. If that's the case, then it would make sense why Haru wouldn't contact them. Simply put, he didn't trust them. Why? A personal traumatic encounter? Previous difficulties in dealing with law enforcement? Or could it be something else? Could it be that Haru saw something in the police, something that he never could forget? What? You know him more than I do. What is your opinion on the matter? He was my errand boy. You claim to be good at reading people. Are you saying that you misread the suspect? I am not wrong. Then you agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. I agree. Wait. Could Haru have seen corruption? Why is it that a student was the first one to think of camping outside the school and tailing the serial killer? Why is it that the investigation force didn't even go through the school scouring the area for any evidence on the killer? Why is it that no city CCTV even turned up with any result. Ever turned up with any results? What if all this time, sitting behind the curtains, watching us dance, the police was just there, laughing, watching us run in fear as they pretend that they're trying to protect us? And that would mean Haru died for nothing, Yahiko called for nothing, and now Ruri will disappear, will be shredded into pieces, will be left to rot for nothing. And there's nothing, not one damn thing, that I can do. Catch the killer, find the evidence, package him up and ship him to the police department, and he'll just walk free because it was all part of the plan. Or, worse yet, they won't even catch him. They'll have him surrendered, and he'll miraculously break free, and they'll give chase like a bunch of fools. And Ruri will die for nothing. Ruri, with her fiery passion, her love, and her endless enthusiasm for her dear ones, will pass into the fate of nihilism. Where there is no intrinsic value, no purpose, no beneficial weight to her sacrifice for me. She'll be remembered, maybe by a memorial for victims who were the targets of a horrifying serial killer who will, maybe one day, be brought to justice. That would be her only identity, a murder victim, a girl who had her whole life ahead of her, one more poor soul in the annals of injustice. No one would know her smile, or her little quips, or the way she bit her lip when she was nervous about something. No, the name Ruri Hayata would only bring nods of pity and desperate sighs, and despondent sighs, and if she's really lucky, feel for a movement for treatment of mental illness or weapon control or some other political objective. And then as days pass on, as time becomes months and years, decades, she'll be forgotten forever. Drowned out in the names of other victims who will be remembered with nothing but nods of pity and despondent sighs. Nothing but non-existence. Oh my god. Oh, Irie suddenly appears and stares at me with such intensity that I swear she's almost real. Do not lose focus. Okay. Her image blurs at the edges, rounding out hair turning orange, and oh gosh, you're a wreck. What happened? I open my mouth. A feeble, unintelligible noise bleeds out. Oh my god. You try to do too much, Yama. That's the problem. You want to do everything, but everything becomes so overwhelming that you just end up doing nothing. True, yeah. You can only do what you can. The rest is out of your hands. I can only do what I can. Yeah, and right now, all you can do is figure out who the killer is. Yeah, but you're up for that much, right? I mean, I don't know. So, you're stuck because you think the killer has to be you, me, Yahiko, or Masato, right? Yes, I guess. Okay, my voice comes out very small. I squash the temptation to reach out, touch her, I squash the temptation to reach out, touch her jacket, her hair, anything. Because right now, she's not real. Right now, she might even be... No. Hey, man. Are you paying attention? Oh, no. Wow. I think I finally know what it's like to be one of your teachers. I cough out a cross between a chuckle and a snort. It's so close to reality, but it's not. And then, oh, all-knowing teacher, what do you have to say? Okay. Well, your passcode is literally so stupid that anyone who saw it just once could get in. But that's not the problem. The problem is that killer knows about my lapses. No, wait. There's something strikingly familiar about what she said. Didn't she mention this before? Didn't she say something like this before? There's something vitally important about that statement. Are you saying it might be Tanaka? That one girl? The girl with the Natsuki? Your passcode is literally so stupid that anyone who saw it just once could get in. What sticks out so much? Your passcode, anyone, just once. Just once. Right? Who saw it just once then? Okay, my passcode is irrelevant. It's stupid because everybody seems to like fucking know what it is without them so much as to fucking guess what it is. Just once. Anyone who sees it just once? Just once. The clock is ticking. Oh no! She's been talking about someone who had seen my code just once, someone who commented on how stupid it was. Yeah. Please. Your code is the stupidest possible code to exist on the planet. Even Mr. Ryota pointed out how stupid it was. Okay? Mr. Ryota? Jiro Ryota, a man who helped me move into my apartment, who commented on how stupid the code was, who certainly would have remembered it. A man who knew all the victims because they each were fighting psychological problems and he was a school counselor. A man who would know the security of the school inside and out and yet would not be up to date with the latest features of smartphones like a wall charger. A man who was strong enough to inflict the same wounds as a serial killer, smart enough to outmaneuver the police, controlled enough to fake sanity in the day. A man who after curfew is free from his duties. And a man who would approach me after seeing me at Haru's murder site, surprised that I didn't seem to remember what had happened. A man who would certainly be curious at my unusual reaction. A man who could access the confidential school records and learn about my lapses from there. A man who I trusted. Trusted too much. Why? It's not you. There's something I must have missed. A proof, a theory, anything. No way! Why? Why did it have to be you? You damn old geezer. Why would you even... Why? Nothing but silence. The silence of finality of a door that's been opened and can never be closed. No way, it's him! All tension leaves my body. I can vaguely feel myself slumping on the subway bench, neck uncomfortably stretched to accommodate the weight of my head. Mr. Ryota, my mentor, my friend, and the serial killer. No way! You're really different today, Yama. What's bothering you? Oh, but back then I should have seen it. Because why hadn't anyone else noticed? Why was Mr. Ryota the only one who thought something had happened that night? Who, me? Nah, I'm pretty much a free bird after I verify curfew. Oh my, it makes sense! Which is why the students can go missing after they checked in on curfew. Fuck! I had my suspicions. I'd known that there was something odd about him, but I didn't want there to be. I wanted to wave it away. I wanted to trust Mr. Ryota. I wanted just one person who would understand everything and stay on my side. Oh my god. Well, there's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential databases. I'm pretty sure that there is. Nope, I may be faculty, but I'm not a teacher. It's only stated that teachers have to request special permission. I checked the loopholes. Right, you know how the entry student application to the academy requires a psychological analysis by a qualified physician, yes? Yeah, another security measure, isn't it? Yeah, let me read this and see what you think. Oh my god. He knew about my lapses, not because I told him, but because he had access to the psychological overviews of each student. He would have known each of the victims. Maybe they were assigned to his counseling care, just like I was. Oh god, I hate computers, but we'd all be dead without them. You know what was great? My desktop iPad. Man, that was great. Stable, awesome, and a killer world of a fan. You guys don't know how satisfying it is to hear your computer work to keep itself cool. That's kind of weird. No casual user had desktops anymore. Oh, and icon phones. Man, phones these days break if you breathe on them wrong. Icon phones, they could probably survive a nuclear blast. Ah, there we go. Finally working. Ah, there we go. Yeah, finally working. And he knew about computers. Not an avid follower of electronics, not enough to know about weed, but enough to know about phone batteries. Instead of detention, the teacher's convinced that I need a more permanent solution. Like death? I can help you with that. Oh, so how's the apartment? Still in one piece, mostly. Good to hear. And Phil? Phil, that little houseplant, the one I placed on your shelf. Your memory sucks more than mine, kid. Wow, how do you have this much free time? Life as a dorm manager is just swell, isn't it? Oh my god, like die-cut pieces of a complex puzzle, all the facts and memories line up in perfect succession. The killer is Mr. Ryota. Now that I know it with certainty, intrinsically, just like I know that I can sit on a chair and it'll support my weight, or I can walk under a bridge and it won't fall on top of me. What the actual fuck? I just don't know what to do next. Shouldn't there be a sense of triumph, a miniature party in the back of my head, giving me a cookie for successfully finding out the killer? Something keeping me going, something propelling me to the next step. I know the identity of the killer. Shouldn't I report this? But to whom? I'm on the run from the police, who may or may not be corrupt. I can hardly show my face at school, and if I called Mr. Ryota, well, that simply wouldn't do anything. For the most part, it feels like I should just give up. There's nothing further to head to, no way out of the conundrum I've worked myself into. This situation requires me to be clever, more clever than I can be. I want to think myself out, find some magical solution, but sometimes it's just not there, reaching into an empty bag and expecting handfuls of gold. Then, is this it? Dude! Is that my bad ending? Ah, someone's calling me. Maybe I'll pick it up, and on the other end, I'll hear the cold, dead voice of Ruri. Quietly that Ruri had been found, but as a bleeding, mutilated lump of flesh and bone. Maybe I'll drop my phone, and this time it'll shatter completely, crushed to pieces like the fragments of sanity stringing me together. Or maybe it's a tracking call from Numbnusgate, a bid from the police that I'll be stupid enough to pick up. Oh, what is this? Unknown from a... the phone number unknown. The risk. Hi.
Oh my god! Okay, guys, you know what? This is a good cliffhanger. This is a good cliffhanger. I'm gonna leave it here, you guys. Holy shit, that's a lot of information to... What the fuck? Mr. Ryota is the killer all along. He's a psychopathic killer. Oh my fucking god. Okay, I need to lie down for a minute, guys, and I'm pretty sure you do too. If you haven't played this game yet and you're just discovering this shit like I am, we need to just take a day. We just need to take a day and just let this settle in. Oh my god. Okay, so I hope I didn't... I know the whole thing with the whole time events. I really hope I didn't mess it up in terms of like saying some of the wrong answers, because I got an achievement that says time is ticking. So I don't know if that means like I like screwed it up and I didn't answer some of the questions correctly, so that means it'll cut into my time and hope and like saving Ruri, I think it was. But anyways, regardless, we're gonna find out in the next episode. Maybe this is the conclusion of the story, who knows? Maybe some next wacky crazy shit will happen afterwards, like this game seems to always happen. So anyways, guys, tune in next time for maybe another explosive conclusion or an explosive, you know, discovery. Here we go. Oh my god, Lucid9, you guys. Fuck. Anyways, yes, I'm gonna leave it here. Hope you are excited to see the next story, the next part. But for now, I'm gonna go and lie down. So, bye!